For Kentucky, Georgia Amoore, Deja Lawrence, Amelia Hassett, Tiani Key, and Clara Strack. For Oklahoma, Raina Scott, Peyton Verhulst, Skylar Van, Sahara Williams, and Reagan Beers. Kenny Brooks in his first year at the helm of Kentucky after doing such a wonderful job at Virginia Tech. He has 6 conference tournament titles as a Division I head coach. And Jenny Baranchek, in 4 seasons at Oklahoma, has really made her mark on this program. 4 straight 20-win seasons. Last year was the Big 12 Coach of the Year. This year has her team ranked 10th in the nation heading into this SEC tournament action.
In the first minute and a half, what they do, they take a lot of threes, they get to the offensive glass, they establish Beers inside. Check, check, and check.
Amoore, check, check, and check on her way to the cup. Here's Van out to Beers. She will take. Can't hit from 3. Key taps it. Strack grabs it. Kentucky with control. In the corner. That 3 is off for Hassett. The wing 3, short from Lawrence. Key able to flag it down, got pushed. Whoa. Oh no, won't be a foul. Instead, just going to say Tiani Key is out of bounds. Thought for a moment it might be number 2 on Key. And one of the things Kenny Brooks has talked to us about is the foul trouble that Key has had to deal with throughout the season. Already has 1. Here's Williams off on that 3. Strack able to corral it. Amoore, pull-up jumper is good.
Georgia Amoore's deadly when she can go to her left side, create space with a step back. That time she just jittered to the left.
6 points already for Amoore. Knocked away by Strack. Van dumps it down. Verhulst fading away. No, Strack the rebound. Amoore looking to push for Kentucky. Here's Amoore, great feed, and Key can't finish it.
Georgia Amoore saw that play developing the second she got near midcourt.
Poked away and stolen by Deja Lawrence. Lawrence circles, dishes. Amoore thought about the 3, no look dish. Strack's jumper is off. And Scott will let it tilt out of bounds as Oklahoma will send in 3 subs.
You see Georgia Amoore come down the floor. What happens when she goes to her left? Right there. Look at the amount of space. It doesn't matter if a defender is bigger than she is because she can create the space to get her shot off. So good, in particular, going to her left side.
That was one of the things Kenny Brooks talked to us about when looking at Georgia Amoore as a pro, saying it doesn't matter if she's 5'6". The way she's able to separate makes her like a 6-foot player, and you can see right now the number 11 WNBA draft prospect.
Yeah, certainly I don't think will be a hindrance to her on the offensive end of the floor.
Projected first rounder, Amoore, nice look. Silva couldn't grab it. That was another thing Kenny Brooks mentioned to us. He said, you know, Georgia's passing, she should be averaging 10+ assists a game. There's just, you know, a lot of times where some good passes aren't caught or finished.
Yes.
We've seen point guards deal with that before.
Yes, we have. None that played with me, Ryan.
One Van missed, the other Van got the rebound. Skylar and Zaya, the sisters. Good trap there and a tie-up. Kentucky maintains possession, owning the arrow.
Just you got to know when you dribble past somebody, where are they? They're behind you, and the Van sisters just kind of running on each side. Range out to 3, can finish inside, is a good passer, certainly has a complete game, and only a sophomore.
6'5" from Buffalo, transfer from Virginia Tech here following Kenny Brooks. There's Verhulst, she's 6'1" as a point guard.
And she uses her physicality when she posts up smaller players. You saw her dip in that time to create some space.
Already more points scored today by Verhulst than she had all of yesterday. Silva, the rebound out to Amoore. Her three, short. Strack, the offensive rebound. How about Lawrence? Off, and that's going to stay right here. Good work on the glass from Kentucky, and Lexi Blue was fouled chasing that one.
Get a chance on the other side to see Verhulst. Just watch her. She's using her physicality, then here dips, creates contact. That's another way to create space. You can do it with your shoulder, you can do it with your step back.
Here's Amoore. Swing it down the floor. Oklahoma plays at such a quick pace. #1 in the nation in pace. #1 in the nation in assists. Amoore off the loose ball. Amoore, little hesitation, and gets fouled. We'll step aside. 13-9, Kentucky lead. Will play South Carolina tomorrow in the semifinals. Those start 4:30 Eastern on ESPN2. Two more quarterfinal games tonight on SEC Network as Strack able to push it up, could not finish it. Beers the rebound. Keys quickly up the floor. Zaya Van really been coming on of late. Jenny Baranczyk really happy with her play over the last couple of weeks as Williams finishes on the interior. Speaking of Jenny Baranczyk being happy, she was just glowing about the growth of Sahara Williams, freshman to sophomore year. Said it was the most growth she has ever seen from a person between their freshman and sophomore years, not just on the floor, but in the classroom as a person as well. As Williams shot that one off the glass, got it back, can't put it in. Amoore tosses back. Here's Blue. Out to Silva. Strack, baseline jumper short. And
As Oklahoma can push pace, especially in this matchup, it helps them. They have a deep bench. They can rotate bodies in and out. Kentucky does not. There might be a fatigue factor come second half.
And a tie up here. Possession arrow belongs to Oklahoma.
See Oklahoma pushing pace. Beers getting rid of it, and then just a cross-court fling for the open three.
Sahara Williams already with 8 points. She did not score in 19 minutes in the win against Georgia. See those 27 assists on 29 made field goals against Georgia. Oklahoma leads the nation in assists and in the percentage of field goals that they assist on. As that pass tilts out of bounds. Several college basketball rivalry games highlight our ESPN schedule Saturday. Here are the featured men's matchups. #1 Auburn hosts #7 Alabama at 2:30 Eastern, followed by #24 Arizona and Kansas, and then Cooper Flag and second-ranked Duke take on UNC. Amoore, pocket pass. Strack got that one.
Those two are a really good combination, especially with Strack's ability to hit from the perimeter.
Williams, not that time. Strack the rebound, her 6th of the quarter. Here's Amoore. Baseline to access that mid-range. Beers tosses it up wildly. Key the rebound.
Watch the space on this end of the floor because of the way Kentucky played.
Oh. Amoore tried to get a little too tricky without space. That three, no good from Hassett, and taken down by Williams. Kentucky playing at a fast pace as well. Strack knocks it away, ends up with it on the steal.
Strack has had to use her length, her footwork, her quickness to try to get around Beers, who is so much broader and stronger in the lane, and Strack has done a nice job of that.
You see Beatrice Culleton, #0 for Oklahoma, out there with Beers as well. Those two play together now, much more than they did beginning the year. As Amoore hits another step back. 8 points for Georgia Amoore. One of the most electrifying players in the nation. Culleton dumps it in. Beers lays it home, and there's that connection between the two bigs.
Really nice high-low, and that time Beers was able to completely post up Strack, get her on her back. Beers is tired right now.
Only plays 22 minutes a game.
So you see her laboring with her breathing.
Right.
There haven't been many whistles.
Strack, dishing to the corner. Back to Strack, 8 to shoot. And traveling was Lexi Blue as Kentucky turns it over. 4 subs for Oklahoma here.
We've talked about the space that Georgia Amoore creates on her step back. Look at it right there. I mean, you know, there are some players who have like a little bit of a step back. She really creates a ton of room just powering off of that right leg going to her left side.
Holly?
Well, I've thought a lot about this, and a comp for her in the WNBA would be another Australian, Leilani Mitchell, who was also just 5'6". Leilani went on to play 12 seasons in the WNBA, and even though their game and style of play is a little bit different, I think that gives a lot of people hope for Georgia Amoore, as she can create shots, especially with that space she gets off. But I thought you guys would like that comp.
You know, Holly, and what I love about it, too, is how you talk about the different styles as Verhulst hits the jumper, because Leilani played that long and didn't have nearly the floor game that Amoore has. Amoore off. The follow won't go from Blue, and that'll do it for the first. Kentucky a night.
That's incredible. Throughout the course of the SEC season, she's been responsible for 50% of her team's points.
And she talked to us about that, how she didn't quite realize how much she was going to have to do this season, but it has been such a great challenge for her doing it in the SEC against the kind of defenses that you face, the kind of big athletic guards that you face in this conference.
Different size, speed, quickness, different defensive schemes she's seen as well. She talked about getting face guarded off the ball. Just been a good challenge for her in her growth.
Here's Scott, who was not available in the first matchup between these teams. Good little twist, couldn't finish it. Here comes Amoore. 8 points, 4 assists for Amoore, swooping through and finishing. 21-18, Kentucky leads it. Quarterfinal matchup. Williams had a productive first quarter. At 27 in the regular season against Kentucky. Here's Sahara Williams, couldn't scoop it in with the left. Hassett has it for Kentucky. Wow, what a screen from Strack, and then Key got rejected on the interior by Liz Scott. A set 3 off for Van, and Amoore with the rebound. Amoore shoveling. Hassett doesn't take it, drives it, and lays it in. Amelia Hassett, who Kenny Brooks has said is the key for his team going on a run.
Capable from deep, hitting those shots. We just saw her also can put the ball on the floor, get to the rim. Natural stretch 4, playing a lot more 3 this season for Kentucky.
Nevaeh Tot in for Oklahoma as that 3 rims out for Williams. Here's Hassett off the rebound. Amoore has scored or assisted on the last 21 Kentucky points. First bucket of the game, the only that she hasn't. Here's Strack facing up, rims off. Strack 2 for 6 from the floor now. Verhulst just lost it out of her hands. Strack on the steal, put it down in traffic, and then Scott throws it away.
When you watch Georgia Amoore play, just watch her eyes. Look at her. She is looking. Where are their teammates who might be open? Is anyone open? Is anyone open? All right, nobody's open, so I'll just take it myself through this nice, clean lane. We were talking about that a little bit earlier, the clean lane for Kentucky, because they have players who can space, who can face up. There tends to be a lot of room inside the paint.
Georgia Amoore, the SEC Newcomer of the Year. Amoore a 3, in and out. Here's Verhulst back in for Oklahoma. Verhulst spinning, dishing. Van got fouled. That's going to be number 2 on Tiani Key. as Zaya Van will shoot a pair. So Key, who has dealt with foul trouble throughout the season, will check out. And Zaya Van hits the first. Van was the number 46 prospect going into this season.
Sorry, did my talkback button not work here?
I mean, I think everybody got one full syllable from you. That was not meant for air.
My button is sticky. Thankfully, it was just someone's name and not something else.
Amoore elevates, can't finish. Beers back in with the rebound. Beers, Zaya Van, Verhulst, Skylar Van, and then Lexi Keys, the 5 for Oklahoma. They sub very frequently, part of how they can keep up the pace they play at. What a rejection from Lawrence, and Van flips it up short.
Early in that possession, Reagan Beers was wide open, and her teammates just missed her.
Verhulst off the steal, and then she travels. Game has been sloppy here in the second quarter.
The thing with Oklahoma coming into this season, the last few years, they've just played with such great pace, taking a lot of threes. And the question, and Coach Bronchek was telling us about that, the question coming in, how does Reagan Beers fit into that? And they're still kind of a work in progress for them.
There's Hassett, thought about the 3, putting it on the deck. Out to Amoore. By the way, Oklahoma used to turning the ball over. They're 336th in the nation. They turn it over 19 times a game. Back ironing off. Here comes Van. Van blasting up the floor. Can't bank it in. Trying to get it back. Loose ball. Exchanged about 4 different hands. Now Keys can't hit the 3. And Strack another rebound. Again, putting it down in a crowd. It's a young mistake from Strack, who's then tied up. And the possession arrow belongs to Oklahoma.
Let's take a look at Georgia Amoore's defense here. And this is somewhat intentional. She comes back, and what does she do? Get out of the way. Why? Because for this Kentucky team, she needs to be on the floor, not willing to give up a foul, willing to concede a layup instead.
She said she's really had to learn how to play in gaps defensively. For that reason, as Beers finishes with the left hand.
And Kenny Brooks was saying to us, he's like, when she gets to the WNBA, scouts ask him, can she play defense? He said, yeah, she can play it for you. I can't have her play it too much for me because I can't let her get into foul trouble.
Here's Amoore, step back 3, way off, and out of bounds to Oklahoma. Kenny Brooks talked about what a delight it has been to coach his team 1 through 13. He said so often, even if you're good with your rotation players, you have some kind of drama you're dealing with on the back end of your roster. He said he's just had none of that with this group this year. And the way they legitimately enjoy each other, a huge reason why they've had the success they have. Good movement here. Oh, what a rejection from Verhulst. Still 15 to shoot. Strack has it picked away. Zaya Van on the steal. Off to her big sister. And a whistle going the other way as Reagan Beers gets called for the personal timeout midway through. All right, Nikki, so scoring or assisting on 21 of 23, not enough for Nikki Fargas. She wants more. I got you, Nikki. There's Lawrence with the jumper.
Really navigated the screen set by Strack very well.
And again, you have Culleton out there with Beers, the 2 bigs playing together, and they look for each other right there. Beers the position, the touch from Culleton, and the foul called against Kentucky.
We talked a little bit earlier about Beers looking a little bit winded. Well, if you just watched her work on that offensive possession, you would understand why. It takes a lot out of you to continue to post and work and stay low like she did on that possession.
Strack picks up the foul. That'll be her first. Here's Verhulst banking it in. Peyton Verhulst makes it a 1-point game. To Nikki's point, Amoore just 4 of 10 from the floor. Both teams have been very inefficient in general. Kentucky shooting 34%, Oklahoma 29% in this first half. As Sahara Williams will check in, and out goes Beatrice Culleton. Zaya Van back in as well. You see, it's not quite Tennessee style, but
no.
Oklahoma subs a lot.
Yes. Has to say something able to go back the other way. That would be a yes.
Not a maybe, okay. Here's Scott. Smushed by Amoore, out of bounds it goes, and it will stay right here with Oklahoma. Oklahoma, 10th ranked team in the country, Kentucky 12. Just so much top tier talent in the SEC. Here's Williams, spinning, dishing, Scott steps back, can't hit the jumper, rebound grab by Lexi Blue. Amoore, great get ahead. Lawrence racing to the cup, left it short. Here comes Van. Zaya's made an impact in this first half off the bench. The freshman was the top-ranked player in Oklahoma heading into her collegiate debut as Beers again, even with the double, able to finish.
The double team came. Strack is long, has her arms extended, and Beers was simply unbothered.
Saw Reagan Beers help lead Oregon State to the Elite Eight a season ago. Lawrence missed it badly. Has it off the offensive rebound, gets fouled by Verhulst as we send things over to Holly.
Well, guys, it is the hair chronicles of Peyton Verhulst. Yesterday, someone complimented how cute her hair looked. It was in a long ponytail. And she said, this is 1 for 8 hair. You're never going to see this hairstyle again. So I will note she started the game today in a bun. She did switch it up, and she's 4 for 5. But keep in mind, in the last time out, she took the bun out and put it back into a ponytail. So now I'm really curious, is the shooting going to hold up with the hair change?
Superstition wars going on right now, Holly. Thank you very much. Amoore twists and finishes as she just lost Scott. 12 points, 5 assists for Georgia Amoore.
The hair chronicles.
Yeah, I love that. It's not a book I've been able to read for some time now. Scott bounces in. Williams off on the 3. Scott trying to corral the rebound. Liz Scott with the tie-up. Lawrence and Blue both there. It'll be Kentucky basketball.
Defensively here, miscommunication from Oklahoma. Wait, who's going with Georgia? I'm pointing. But you got to go out and contest as well. And that happens sometimes when 2 players on the same team get a little lost, a little miscommunication. I tell you what, on the defensive end for Kentucky, Deja Lawrence has done a terrific job. She's been undersized, battling post players continuously, or bigger guards, and she's been able to hold her own.
Here's Strack. Double comes. Boy, Oklahoma's done a really nice job digging at Strack when she puts it on the floor. Verhulst with the pony. Dives inside, rejected by Hassett. It'll stay here. Let's take a look at the ACC women's basketball tournament bracket. UNC taking down Florida State. They advance to the semis to play the winner of NC State, Georgia Tech. You see the other matchups still to come today in the quarters. Strack with 10 rebounds in this first half as Amoore gets fouled by Williams. 14th foul on Oklahoma in this second quarter. Winner of this game will play South Carolina. Gamecocks led by 25 at the half against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt cut it to 5 with 4 minutes to go. But then Chloe Kitts went on a personal 7-0 run, and South Carolina finished the game on a 16-0 run to post the win and advance to the semis. Here's Amoore. Blue, a deep 3, way off. Both teams have struggled shooting it from deep. Kentucky 1 of 11. Oklahoma 2 for 13. And a whistle here against Kentucky. It'll be called on blue, her first. Kenny Brooks, Jenny Baranczyk were having an extended conversation before the game. Their teams played a really entertaining contest in the regular season. And a whistle here is going to go against blue again. That's going to be her second. And the fourth team foul against Kentucky.
She was denying the inbound hard, and then Oklahoma just kind of went back towards the bucket, and then she was out of position as a result. See Lawrence again, she's just fighting inside against Verhulst, giving up a ton of inches.
Williams hands it back. Verhulst off on a three. Strack gets fouled after another rebound.
She kept that one high.
Her 11th rebound.
Yeah, she's been all over the glass in this first half.
And if you're 6'5" and you keep it high, there's a good chance you're going to get fouled like that.
Yes.
Holly?
Well, it's a great story how Kenny Brooks was able to find Clara Strack when he was recruiting her at Virginia Tech. He was at a tournament in Atlantic City actually watching Kate Koval, who's now at Notre Dame. Well, Kate's backup center was Clara Strack. So you never know when coaches will see you, how they'll see you, but she had a great attitude. She worked hard in that backup role, and here she is starting for Kenny Brooks at Kentucky.
Yeah, the improvement dramatic, as well as the opportunity this season at Kentucky compared to last year, playing behind Liz Kitley at Virginia Tech. And the other thing that Kenny told us about, and Georgia Amoore referenced as well, was when Virginia Tech went to Greece last year, and Liz Kitley wasn't there playing with Virginia Tech, right away, Strack came out, had a 24-13 game, and they all said, oh, we found something here. About a 6-second difference, game and shot clock. Verhulst off to Van, fakes, takes, can't hit. Another rebound for Strack, her 12th. Here's Amoore, 5 seconds left in the half. Amoore will take short. Rebound, banged around, lands with Beers, and that'll do it for the first half. Kentucky rebound. 3 players with 8 points for Oklahoma as we check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, checking in with Oklahoma's coach, Jenny Baranczyk, at the half, I said, what has to change in the second half? And she jokingly said, we've just got to hit some shots. Just 16% from the field in the second quarter. She said, we're really at our best when we are in a flow, and that means moving without the basketball, rebounding well so we can get out in transition, looking for much more movement from the Sooners here in the second half.
All right, Hal, thank you very much. Key on the offensive glass, gets it back another time and just missed the layup. 7 points for Williams, who did not score in the second round win against Georgia yesterday. Here's Strack, has the attention of 2, finds Key, bangs into Beers. Oklahoma controls. Scott, poke from behind, take it away. Here comes Kentucky off the steal. Amoore, pull-up jumper is good. We heard Kenny Brooks tell Holly at halftime he wants Georgia to be a little more aggressive with her own shot.
She's really good when she's got a head full of steam and you see the hop and the skip and then the jump stop and then able to hit there because you don't know if she's going to try to dribble right by.
Van back ironing off, and Van trying to save it, could not. Out of bounds to Kentucky.
So she came down, hop, skip. You don't know if she's going to go by and instead elevates. And that's another way she creates space is you have to give her a cushion, wondering if she might explode by.
All SEC first team this year, her first year in this conference, after a ton of ACC success at Virginia Tech. That's a travel as Kentucky gives it right back. 11th turnover for Kentucky. Oklahoma has turned it over 9 times.
It's a Kentucky team that does not turn it over at a high rate on the regular season, only 13 per game.
Which was good for 33rd in the nation. Verhulst fading away, back ironing off. Key the rebound. Here comes Tiani Key, trying to go coast to coast. Key gets fouled. A nice take there from the junior and UNC transfer, and she will shoot two. Chloe Kitts in the building signing some autographs, taking some selfies, as the winner of this game will face South Carolina tomorrow.
This building full of South Carolina fans, especially for that first game.
That game tomorrow will be 4:30 Eastern on ESPN2, and the other semi will follow that at 7. Our final two quarterfinal games tonight will be on SEC Network. Verholz trying to get it into Beers. Silva doing a nice job fronting her. Verholz, good cut, got free. Couldn't finish it though. Here's Lawrence blasting ahead. Amoore's pull-up is good, but it will not count. An offensive foul's called against Kentucky. And it's on Clara Silva.
There wasn't a ton of contact there at all. She was just kind of turning.
Yeah.
That's a tough one for her because she, especially in this matchup, is very foul prone trying to guard Beers.
Strack the rebound. Her 13th. Here's Amoore. There's that hop, the acceleration, the dish. Silva the hit on a beautiful setup from Georgia Amoore. Largest lead of the game for either team at 7.
Silva at 6'7" and long, very capable, what we just saw in that mid-range.
And Silva gets called for a foul, trying to hug Beers, her second.
You see here Amoore getting in, passing to Silva right there. Just a good-looking jumper for a 6'7" big.
Holly?
Well, knowing that she'd be going up against these great Oklahoma bigs, Coach Kenny Britt said in their first meeting, he told Silva, your only job today is to foul out. Use all 5 of those fouls. So when they were watching film earlier today, he said, Claire, what's your one job today? Foul out, Coach. But I don't think he meant on offensive fouls.
Thank you, Holly.
And Holly, she succeeded. She had 5 fouls in 12 minutes of play in that regular season matchup.
Here's Amoore behind the back. Amoore with a seam, gets denied. Well, Verhulst has shown what a dynamic defender she can be. An outstanding rejection there.
See her come in, and Verhulst from the backside. Great left-handed block.
Her second rejection of the game. And can't hit the 3. By the way, they called the foul on Strack in the aftermath of that block, the second on Strack.
Something to keep an eye on. That's only her second, but
17 for Georgia Amoore, her first 3 of the game. Oklahoma's missed its last 7 shots. Zaya Van banks it in, plus the foul.
Georgia Amoore recovering the basketball. We know she likes to go left. Doesn't have to be a step back on that one. Steps in confidently and then trying to body up. And Van gets the finish and the opportunity for the 3-point play.
First foul on Amoore.
It was delightful watching someone get fouled and not yell and one. I didn't know that was possible anymore. Steffi Sorensen also enjoys that part of the game of basketball.
(39-32) Kentucky. Here's Amoore.
See Van just on her left side, forcing her to go right, knowing how much Amoore, how capable she is going to her left side.
Keys picked up the dribble, finds help in Van. And a foul here is going to be on Silva. So it's going to be the 3rd foul on Silva in this 3rd quarter. She came into it with none for the game. That's the good news for her. But now Kenny Brooks will head to his bench and send in Sanaya Tyler.
Silva has to be thinking, though, Ryan, like with all the physicality that's going on in this game,
these are my fouls, yeah.
She's got tagged with a couple ticky-tack fouls.
And Kentucky now over the limit, so Oklahoma in the bonus with more than half of this third quarter remaining, as Silva will check out. Strack back in. Strack has 2 personals herself. Amoore getting a breather here for Kentucky. Amoore did not sit in the first half. Remember, these teams are hoping to play several consecutive days. For Oklahoma, should they make it to the championship, it would be 4 straight. For Kentucky, with that double bye, it would be 3.
That's where tournament action is so unique, because even if you play in a holiday tournament, it might be 2 games in 2 days. This is the only area where you get 3 or potentially 4.
Key can hit the 3. Zaya Van the rebound, blasting up the floor. Allen getting a look and draining the 3. Allen did not play in the first half. Comes off the bench and hits a huge 3. 2-point game. 8-0.
On the defensive end of the floor, battling bigger players, and she's had some nice offensive moments as well.
What a catch from Beers on the delivery from Allen.
How about Allen? Coming in, hitting a 3, a beautiful high-low pass into Beers. You want more minutes? That's what you do in the limited time you get.
A sophomore center who's 6'4". Lawrence gets that one to drop as well. How about Deja Lawrence with the acrobatic jumper? Now shots starting to fall for both teams. Williams tiptoeing baseline. Had it deflected, gets it back. 8 to shoot. Keys swooping through, unable to finish. Good contest from Strack. Oklahoma wanted a foul. They don't get one, but they get a turnover. Good pressure in the backcourt from Zaya.
Being named the coach of the year, his administration got him pretty good. He was called into the athletic director's office, and he could just hear the athletic director talking about behavior and this and that, and he was like, am I in trouble? I don't think I've done anything wrong. I don't think my players have done anything wrong. And then finally they said, no, it's a big joke. We just wanted to bring you in and tell you that you're the coach of the year. He said, they got me pretty good. But he said, no, I haven't done anything wrong, although he does love to yell a little bit on the sideline. In a loving way, in a loving way.
Thank you, Holly. Looking forward to watching that game tonight between Texas and Ole Miss. Has it, and a tie-up with Beers. Possession arrow belongs to Kentucky.
If there's a game of tug of war, I want Reagan Beers on my team.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I know that wasn't really tug of war, but it was somewhat similar.
It felt
tug of war-ish.
Tug of war adjacent, as the kids would say.
Do kids still play tug of war?
I don't know.
He's probably called something else.
Knocked out of bounds, and that last hit Strack. So Kentucky turns it over again. Their 14th turnover. Kenny Brooks got the little seat at the scorer's table. And Oklahoma has not been able to turn those turnovers into points. Again, unable to. Pass it, the rebound. Here comes Amoore with speed. Amoore high dribble and a whistle. Gonna go against Oklahoma. Just their 3rd team foul. Landry Allen whistled for the personal. There was the hand check. Here's Strack, poked away by Van. Zaya Van through traffic, gets the whistle on a tough take, and will shoot 2. This is an unbelievable graphic. How about this, Rebecca? Georgia Amoore 6 assists, no turnovers. The rest of Kentucky, no assists and 15 turnovers.
That is absolutely incredible. And the reason why Kenny Brooks wants Georgia Amoore to have the basketball in her hands as much as possible.
That is an unbelievable nugget. As Van, and how about the way that Zaya Van, the freshman, has played off the bench today for Oklahoma?
She's been really good, and her star has kind of been on the ascent throughout the course of this season. You can see her getting more comfortable in her role and what her team needs from her.
Amoore, Euros, kicks, Lawrence can't hit. Rebound taken down by Zaya Van. Here's Verhulst, spinning it inside. Williams with Oklahoma down 4. Allen didn't want to take that one. Pass inside, Beers the finish plus the foul. And Reagan Beers a chance for 3 as Silva picks up her 4th personal.
Beers is just so difficult to defend. Watch her here. This is what she does to protect the right shooting hand. She kind of extends that left elbow, gets the shot blocker's arm out of the way. Could that be an offensive foul? Yes.
Or you could leave it as a nothing.
Yes,
yeah.
It's also a great protection of your right-handed shooter going up on the right side. Don't get me wrong, for a post player, I don't want that to be called an offensive foul.
All right. Beers checks out, 1-point game.
Unless I'm playing defense.
Amoore, hand it to 3. Rebound flag down by Verhulst. Rebecca, what are some things you're going to be honing in on here in the 4th quarter and what might make a difference?
Taking care of the basketball is going to be paramount for both of these teams, and Oklahoma actually has done a pretty good job for them. They only have 9 turnovers. This is a high turnover team. Kentucky.
Lawrence grabs the rebound.
Yeah, Kentucky needs to be better with their ball security here in the 4th.
Yeah, 15 of them through the first 3 quarters. Silva flashes, dumb, Strack lays it in. Nice set there from Kentucky.
Especially this is Oklahoma's smaller lineup, so good job by Kentucky to go to that high-low when they had the size advantage inside.
That was the first non-Georgia Amoore assist of the game for Kentucky. Amoore pulls up and drains it. Remember, Amoore at 43 in the regular season against Oklahoma as Scott is fouled, and if it's Silva, it's going to be her 5th, then she will be done.
So you just see the work inside in the post. Strack, you get the high-low, Silva to Strack, take advantage of the mismatch. Georgia Amoore going right, stopping on a dime and finishing.
They call that foul on Key instead. So that is Key's 3rd.
I thought that was certainly on Silva.
Is Scott hits them both? Yeah, initially looked like it, but Silva, who had gotten a couple tough whistles, avoids the foul there. How about Oklahoma 12 for 12 from the line? Lawrence dumps it down. Silva trying to go to work, and she traveled. 16th turnover for Kentucky. Hey, later today on the SEC Network, the SEC Now crew will have a complete breakdown of games with highlights, analysis, and interviews with coaches and players. SEC Now, 5:30 tonight on the SEC Network.
If I'm Oklahoma, I'm trying to get the ball to Reagan Beers. You know Silva has 4. She can only play so tough inside.
That's what they're doing, and Beers lays it in. Again, how about Landry Allen in the minute she's giving them?
Exactly, how good has she been? And that pass delivered beautifully on the money.
Oklahoma back in front by 1 in this quarterfinal matchup. Amoore across her body, doesn't get the roll. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Oklahoma basketball.
Allen catches the ball up top, waits for Beers to turn and seal, delivers it.
Oklahoma, who turns it over a lot, has just one turnover in the second half. Kentucky, meanwhile, 7 since halftime. Jenny Baranchuk told us she feels a lot more comfortable the way they've been taking care of the ball lately compared to how they started the season. Beers can't flip it in. Verhulst, the caromed rebound. Allen dumps it down. Beers lost it. And a foul going the other way against Beers. That'll be number 3 on Reagan Beers. Winner of this game will face South Carolina in the SEC semifinals tomorrow. Amoore elevates, can't bank it in. Beers the rebound. Amoore 10 for 22 from the floor. Again, the dump down, and again it's going to go against Beers, and that's going to be number 4 on Beers, and Jenny Baranchuk is beside herself.
I thought Beers was just working really well to try to keep her seal inside, so she's posting. Okay, it's the left arm.
Hand, yep.
Yeah, it's more like a karate chop right there. I understand the foul now. Because her feet looked good, but she just hits down with the left arm as she's trying to maintain her positioning inside.
So Beers will check out with 4 fouls. And Jenny Baranchuk upset, but that looked like the right call.
Yes.
Looking at that replay. So Beers out. How does Oklahoma handle it? They are used to it. She only plays 22 minutes a game. Lawrence. Strack. Back to Lawrence. Her 3 off. Rebound hits the floor on a nice box out from Liz Scott. Here's Tot zipping along the baseline. And a foul on Key, trying to stick with Allen, and that is going to be the 4th foul on Tiani Key.
And let's go back to Allen. That beautiful cut she just had. It doesn't result in a bucket, but it results in putting another foul on both Key and Kentucky in general. It's a simple thing. You're on the other side of the floor, just cut through. It's the right cut to make. She has been so good here, Ryan.
So 4 on Key, 4 on Silva, and then 4 on Reagan Beers on the Oklahoma side of things. 6:49 to go in this 4th. Scott, this is the jumper again. Allen involved in offensive board. Williams off the mark. Hassett the rebound. Amoore with Kentucky down 1. Lawrence catches the juggle and has it ripped away by Williams. And a foul from Lawrence. That'll be the 3rd on Kentucky here in this 4th. Oklahoma in the SEC tournament, if they're scoring, they're assisting. 42 assists on 47 made field goals. Just a remarkable percentage. They have been terrific all season in that category as Verhulst misses the layup and then draws the foul. And Peyton Verhulst will shoot 2. It is called on Amelia Hassett. That's her 1st.
So the next time Kentucky fouls, Oklahoma's in the bonus.
Yes. Again, early in the quarter.
And they've been perfect from the line today. That's been a big part of their game today.
What a difference for Verhulst. 2 points yesterday, already 16 today. And that's what Jenny Baranchuk told us. She said she had no concerns about the bounce back because of the way Verhulst was able to have some humor about her hair, needing to change it after that 1-for-8 performance. As Scott the rebound. A 6-0 Oklahoma run and a 3-point lead. Verhulst. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Peyton Verhulst. Her second personal.
She does a good job using her strength and her frame to initiate contact when she's trying to score at the bucket, and give Lawrence more credit again for just competing, and she's undersized in that matchup.
Here's Amoore. Lawrence a three, way off. Rebound out of bounds to Oklahoma.
Here's the Peyton Verhulst offensive foul once again. Deja Lawrence is just right there competing. Oh, it's the hook, the little tiny bit with the hook with the right hand. I wonder too, Ryan, with the difference in the minutes load between the players on each team. Does Kentucky start to feel some fatigue late?
Van can't finish. Strack the rebound, her 15th, and then lost it. It'll remain with Kentucky. Strack has tied her career high with 15 rebounds now. Kentucky's had a tough time scoring of late, though. Seventh assist for Amoore. Lawrence has 11 points. Dump it down, beautiful feed, and the finish. Williams off the delivery from Liz Scott. And a timeout taken with 3-8. Kentucky has really struggled shooting the basketball from three in this game, Rebecca.
And one of the things you look at with Kentucky and their wins and their losses, their defense stays pretty consistent. What doesn't is their offense and their efficiency from the three-point line, and you see that coming through again today. Only 2 of 19 from deep.
Kenny Brooks going to take another timeout. I mean, he's got a boatload of them. Can't take them with him.
Reminding his team that they have timeouts left, that they don't have to get disorganized or be flustered with this final 3:18. He said, we've got timeouts. Don't be afraid to use them. Let's be organized. And then Deja Lawrence, their leader, who's been so terrific and battling all day, said, we've got to turn it up right now. Down one, they've got to make a difference.
I think it's considered a boatload of timeouts that they have remaining.
Was that my official terminology?
It was.
Strack trying to find Amoore, will take, no. Rebound, Beers back into the game. It's at the last 4 minutes after picking up her 4th foul.
Strack mishandled the basketball. Beers has 4. You want to go at her on the other end.
That's off Van's foot, out of bounds. It's Kentucky basketball.
She's driving in, yeah, just goes off her own right foot.
Oklahoma, 1-point lead. Neither team is led by more than 3 at any point in this 4th quarter.
Oklahoma in a zone to protect Reagan Beers with those 4 fouls here.
He lost it, and Kentucky turns it over again. They're 19th of the game. Deficit of the game. Amoore slips. Gets it off to Strack. And we're going to have a tie-up, and the possession arrow belongs with Kentucky. 1:25 to go in this 4th.
How about Zia Van? She just got right in there as Strack was just kind of bending over to pick the ball up, got on the ground, caused the tie-up.
The freshman may only be 1 of 7 from the floor. You have felt her off the bench whenever she has been on the floor in this game. Defensively, the way she's helped Oklahoma get into their pace as well. Pass it into Amoore. Amoore 10 for 25 from the floor. Gives it up. Strack rummaging through. Can't bank it in. Still with a rebound. Lawrence, they need it. They don't have it. Beers the rebound for Oklahoma. Throws it ahead to Van. 1 minute to go in the 4th. A trip to the semifinals and a meeting with South Carolina on the line. Verhulst content to let the clock wind. Verhulst, her jumper off, whistle underneath, is going to go against Strack. Kentucky over the limit. Free throws here for Reagan Beers. Number 3 on Clara Strack.
I think that should be on Beers. She comes in initially, gets her arm into the neck area of Strack. Eventually, Strack's arm goes across Beers' body and gets her down, but I think that should be 5th on Reagan Beers.
Beers will go to the line. 68%. Dad having a hard time watching. First one off.
That's every parent watching their kid this time of year.
At every level.
Yes.
Beers hits the second.
That's also every parent.
6-point lead for Oklahoma. 42 seconds remaining. We know Amoore is always a big-time threat from 3. Even if she... With an 8-second difference game and shot clock.
Game long about Georgia Amoore and her strength when she dribbles left. How about here? She shows that she's got the step back going to the right as well.
And Amoore fouling Zaya Van. That's a mistake.
I didn't think she fouled her.
Well, that's a mistake too then. Zaya Van hits the first at 73% on the season. Let's see.
Oh yeah, got her on the arm. Okay.
Yeah. You had enough separation to go straight up D. Instead, Zaya Van, it's both. And it's a 5-point Oklahoma lead with 24 seconds. Credit, a freshman who shot it under 73% from the line this season, just hit both. Meanwhile, for Kentucky, do they once again try and get Georgia Amoore a look from deep? Down 5 here with 24 seconds to go.
I think without question, and you're going to see her get a little bit of a running head start here, which I like because she hasn't been able to create a ton of separation off of the screening action at the top, so you might just let her go one-on-one, use her step back to get a quick, clean look.
Kentucky is now out of timeouts. Strack gets it to Amoore. Amoore thought about launching, gives it up. Strack's 3, off the mark. Rebound Verhulst. Oklahoma has it. 11 seconds and counting. Verhulst just zigzagging away the clock. Flings it ahead to Beers. Beers is fouled, but it is over with 4.3 to go. Reagan Beers heading to the line with Oklahoma up 5.
Oklahoma's defense on the other end of the floor was absolutely terrific. As you see Reagan Beers' dad starting his celebration.
Beers hits the first. 19 points, 11 rebounds for Reagan Beers. Kentucky held a modest lead.
ngày còn.
Của em làm gì với vai trò của anh?
Buồn cười. Tại em nơi co sang trọng này mà chứ em không làm học sinh vì anh thích ứng viên ấy, chứ không các động tác này anh thích.
Không phải chứ em thì muốn anh còn quay.
Nên là em thích kiểu vậy.
Anh chàng mặc quần tả vừa mới bị hacker từ chối, lại quay qua tỏ tình với cô gái xấu bên trường.
Ôi, có sinh viên không nào không?